In this video, we shall learn translating English statements into predicates and quantifiers. In mathematics and computer science, it is often required to translate statements in English using predicates and quantifiers. So to translate statements using predicates and quantifiers, the first thing is to define the predicate using single or multiple variables as required. So to define predicate and number of variables, it will depend on the given problem, whether we should use single variable or multiple variables. It will be dependent on the requirement. So we shall discuss the procedure through some examples. Look at the example. Express the statement: every student in this class has studied algebra, using predicates and quantifiers when domain consists of all the students of your class, second, all the people, third, all the people who studied other subjects also, apart from algebra, studied other subjects also. So first of all, we define a predicate. So let us define Cx. Cx is the predicate. X has studied algebra. So here X is the variable or subject. It may be a student or it may be a person from outside the class. So X may belong to the class or may be outside of the class. So in the first case, when the domain consists of all the students of your class, so there are no other people in your class except the students. So the statement every student in this class has studied algebra will be expressed using this predicate and quantifier as for all x Cx. So here there is no confusion because your domain consists of all the students of your class. So we can directly write for all x Cx, and it will mean all the students or every student of this class has studied algebra. Okay, so this notation will be used to show every student of the class has studied algebra. So this is simple case when the domain consists of all the students of your class. Now in the second case, all the people. When the domain consists of all the people apart from your students in your class, then you have to first identify the student. When you pick any arbitrary person from this domain, then you must ensure that this person is a student of your class. So for this purpose, we have to define another predicate, Sx, where x is a student of your class. Then every student in this class has studied algebra will be expressed like this. So for all x, Sx implies Cx. This expression means everyone if a student of this class has studied algebra. Remember here, if you pick any person from this domain, then first of all you have to ensure that he is a student of this class. Then only you can write that he has studied algebra. Okay, so this is the proper way of writing when the domain consists of all the people. But remember that don't mistake to write it as for all x Sx and Cx. Some people write for all x Sx and Px, and that will be wrong, because for all x Sx and Cx is not correct. because it will mean that for all x, sx and cx, everyone is a student of this class and has studied algebra. So here this expression says that every person is a student of this class and has studied algebra, while this statement says that every person who is if a student of this class has studied algebra. So it puts a condition on the picked person that the person is a student of this class, but here there is no condition. Here we directly say that all the persons are students of this class and studied algebra. So this is wrong. Okay. Then third, when the domain consists of all people who studied other subjects also. So those people who have studied other subjects also. So here the problem becomes difficult, because first you have to identify that the person you pick is a student of this class and he has studied algebra out of many subjects. So for this we have to define this predicate containing two variables, where x has studied the subject y. Then we can easily write every student in this class has studied algebra as for all x, sx implies qx algebra. So everyone if a student of this class has studied algebra. Again, arbitrarily picked person if found to be a student of this class has studied algebra. This quantification or this predicate shows that there are other subjects also. Apart from this algebra, there are other subjects also. So we have put here algebra only. Okay. So this is the proper way of writing this statement into quantification. Now look at another example. Express the statement some student in this class has visited Delhi and every student in this class has visited either Delhi or Mumbai. So we have to write these statements into predicates and quantification. When obviously domain consists of all the students of your class, second all the people, and all the people who have visited some other cities also. So again we define dx to be x has visited Delhi, mx x has visited Mumbai. Then first, when the domain consists of all the students of your class, then the case is very simple. Some student in this class has visited Delhi is expressed as there exists a student x dx. That means there is a student in this class who has visited Delhi. This notation is of there exists, existential quantifier. And the second, for all x dx exclusive or mx. So every student in this class has visited either Delhi or Mumbai. Okay. So when the domain is consist of all the students of your class, then there is no confusion that every student of this class or every person you pick is a student of this class. So you can write directly here that every student of this class has visited Delhi or Mumbai, but not both because of this either. Okay, this is exclusive or. When the domain consists of all the people, apart from your student of your class, there are other people also. So first of all we define sx. X is a student of your class. Then some student in this class has visited Delhi is expressed like this. There exists x such that sx and dx. There is a person x who is a student of this class and has visited Delhi. So here you can see that we are writing sx and dx. So there is no problem of writing Sx and dx, because we are talking about only single student. So a single student is, or a single person is a student of this class and has visited Delhi. So we can write this, and we should not write there exists x such that Sx implies dx, because this way of writing is wrong. Why? Because of this reason, because there is someone not in the class. If you pick any person x who is not in your class but has visited Delhi, then Sx implies dx will be true, because Sx will be false. The person picked is not a student of your class but has visited Delhi. So false implies true will be true. And also there is a person who is not a student of your class and has not visited Delhi. In that case also this will be true. So in both the cases, when a person is a student of your class and he has visited Delhi, and a person not in your class and has not visited Delhi, in both the cases this quantification will be true. So this is wrong way of writing, so we should not write this. This is proper way of writing. The last one, every student is in this class has visited either Delhi or Mumbai. So for all x, Sx implies dx exclusive or mx. Remember, here we are talking about all the people. So when we pick a arbitrary person, we must ensure that he is a student of your class, otherwise it will be wrong. You cannot write Sx and dx exclusive or mx. In the third case, when the domain consists of all the people who have visited some other cities also. So apart from Delhi or Mumbai, they have visited some other cities also. So let vxy we define as usual two variable predicate or two place predicate. X has visited some other city y. Then some student in this class has visited Delhi is expressed like this. There exists a student Sx, Ax, who is a student of this class and has visited Delhi. So there exists a person who is a student of this class and has visited Delhi, will be expressed like this. Remember, we are using this two place predicate because the person has visited some other cities also. So we have to take one more variable for cities. There is not a single city, there are many cities. Okay, so out of many cities we are interested in Delhi only, so we have written this. And in the second case, every student in this class has visited either Delhi or Mumbai. So you can express it as for all x. That means for every person you pick, if he is a student of this class, implies he has visited Delhi or Mumbai, exclusive or not both, because of this either. So this is the way you write properly. So it is up to you how to define predicates. So sometimes you have to define predicate using single variable, sometimes you have to define predicate using multiple variables. Now look at this example. Translate each of these statements into logical expressions using predicates, quantifiers and logical connectives. First is no one is perfect, not everyone is perfect, all your friends are perfect, at least one of your friend is perfect, everyone is your friend and is perfect, not everybody is your friend or someone is not perfect. So here we have to define first predicates. So there are two properties. which we have to consider. First property is perfect and the second property is friend. So we have to define predicates like this. Remember, here domain is not given, so you can take domain to be set of all people. So we define px, x is a perfect, fx, x is your friend. Then the first statement is no one is perfect. When we say no one is perfect, that means there is no person in this domain who is perfect. So we write like this: for all x in the domain, negation px. Negation px means not perfect. So for all x, negation px is the proper way of writing no one is perfect. Second, not everyone is perfect. Not everyone is perfect. That means there are some people in this domain who are not perfect. Okay, we don't know the number. So this is the proper way of writing not everyone. So not all people are perfect. So this is the proper way of writing not everyone is perfect. Then third, all your friends are perfect. Okay, so first of all you have to ensure that the person in this domain is your friend. So for all x, if is your friend, then he is perfect. So for all x, if found to be your friend, then he is perfect. Okay, all your friends are perfect. This is the way. If you pick any student or any people from this domain or any person from this domain, if he is found to be your friend, then he is perfect. At least one of your friends is perfect. So at least one means there exists one. So at least one means there exists one. So we must give guarantee of at least one. So there exists an x such that he is your friend and is perfect. So because we are talking about one person, so fx and px is the proper way of writing. He is both. He is your friend and he is perfect. Everyone is your friend and is perfect. Now look at here. In the set of all domain of all people, everyone is your friend and is also perfect. So for all x, fx and px, you can write this like this, or you can write for all x fx, that means all people are your friend and all people are perfect. So either you write this or this, both are the same. And last one, not everybody is your friend or someone is not perfect. So not everybody is your friend is like this, not all x fx. So not everyone is your friend, or there exists some person x who is not perfect. So this is the way of writing this statement. So in this way you can convert or translate English statements into predicates and quantifiers, or you can write any English statement using predicate and quantifier, and also logical expressions. So I hope you understood what I have told you in this video. Thank you very much.